Oh, another video, guys. Another video. It's early enough. It's about 8:15. 8:20, something like that in the morning. Well, it's not early as such, really. It's just thing. I usually go for a walk every morning. Or yeah, well, most mornings this last while, I suppose, you know. Or I was walking yesterday morning. I was coming up. I think I mentioned this on the video last night I made. But I noticed a woman sitting on her own on the thing. Well, you couldn't really miss her, like, you know what I'm saying. But we got talking anyway about the river and the nature and all that, which is fantastic, which is beautiful down there. It's lovely, its scenery is fantastic. And we got talking about various things. And what I'd like to say, if that woman is watching my channel or come across my channel or whatever is, I think that I have dismissed you too much. That I think I wasn't taking much in that you were saying. But then when I come back and thought about it, I think what you're saying is right and what you're doing is right. And I think it's on my ignorance end of it, that I couldn't see this. But I can see it now. You're not a bad person. You or your sister, I believe. And I think by what you're doing is the best, as far as I can make out. Now that's only from yesterday morning. I hadn't much think. I thought about the yesterday and last night and stuff and today, and I actually, what you're saying is correct. I don't believe you're a bad person, you're a good person. We had a discussion about various different things, and what you're probably saying about me is right. And I don't think you're a bad person. I think you're trying to do good, and you probably are doing good. But what I was trying to say to you, and maybe what I was overemphasizing was that I have to put up a certain amount of a barrier to stop the negativity, you know. I have negativity put in my way every day of the week, but you don't have to let it in. I don't agree with it. It's there, it's put in your way, it's influencing you, it's influenced me, not anyone else. I don't know whether it does influence anyone else or not, but that's it's there, it's put in my way to influence me. There's people out there with lots of money been put in your view and stuff like that, in my view. Well, if you have lots of money, that's your money, fair play to you. How you got it, I don't know, but the best of luck to you and your money. Okay, no matter how much you have. I love camper vans. Camper vans, everywhere I go, I see camper vans. Everybody with camper vans. There was a fantastic camper van outside the Pat of the Pumps outside Enniskillen the other morning. Absolutely fabulous. I think it was a yellow one, it was a VW one, it was beautiful. The best of luck to you and your camper van, buddy. It's fantastic. The best of luck to you and your car, your Porsche. The best of luck to you, the person that owns that big Bugatti or or the A7, A8, whatever it is, the best of luck to you with your camper vans, with your beautiful mobile homes, which I would love one. I have never been a person to say, look at that fella there driving a Porsche, look at him driving a Rolls Royce, look at him driving a Bugatti, Mercedes Benz, or whatever it is. Not that I am not pushed on German cars, but whatever car you drive, whether it's a Porsche or a BMW or a Rolls Royce or a Bugatti or a Ferrari or a FTO or a Skyline, the best of luck to you. The best of luck to you. Lovely cars, and have a fantastic time driving them and doing whatever you have to do with them. I was never a person to say, oh, look at that effer driving that big Porsche or that Rolls Royce or that there. I was never a person to say that. Never. I'd say, look at that, it's a fantastic car or whatever it is. But I was never down on anybody for driving a car or having loads of money. Even though I had no money, right? If they had the money, the best of luck to them. That's what they done, right? They earned their money, or whatever way they got it, I don't know. It's immaterial. But I was never down on anybody. Fantastic mobile homes out there, fantastic camper vans, the best of luck with your camper van, and the best of luck to you too. It never entered my mind by saying, oh, look at that effort driving that lovely car or whatever, I'd love one of them or whatever. I have a Toyota Corolla, right? It's 06, I don't know what year, 15 or 16 year old. I am quite happy with it. I love the car, I drive it. That's mostly all I've ever driven all my life was Toyotas. If I could afford it, well and good. If I can't, well, that's it. I'll get an old van or an old car or something like that there to keep me going until I get whatever car I'd like to get. But I don't regret helping anybody out broken down alongside the road with wheels punctured or stuff like that. If I can help, I'll help. But I won't put myself in danger by stopping to help someone that is stuck on a corner or something like that there. I'm not going to put myself in danger by doing that there. I made a video saying about my family as well, that they have disowned me and have this. Like, I haven't heard from them this year. I don't believe that they have disowned me or they have any bad intentions towards me. Well, I'm hoping that they don't. But I have no bad intentions towards them or bad feelings towards them. I love them to bits, all my family. And if I can do anything for them, I will do it to this day. If they came to me today and said, would you be able to help me? I will help if I can. And what I am doing at the minute, the second eldest lad, which I love to bits, Aaron, I love him to bits, and I always will love him to bits, you know, and I love Jack the same. But me and Aaron were sort of father and son, but we were mates as well. Now, I suppose the way things is going and the way that things is planned out, that we had a fantastic year last year fishing. Holidays going here and there. We didn't go that many places. We just went round the lakes and stuff like that and done a bit of fishing, and then we had a few pound. We hadn't much money, but we done the best we could with it. But it wasn't the money, it was me. It was that he was there. It was more important to me that he was there. You know, he was there. He was my son. He was my friend. You know, if I could help him at the time, I would, and I did help him, and I helped him up to the day. And he was there to help me as well, which he appreciated. But the unfortunate thing about it, this is turned round a bit on his behalf. He won't answer me texts. He might say, yeah, that's about it. That's after me maybe trying to get through to him on the phone, maybe ringing 4 or 5 times, texting maybe 5 or 6 times, you know, stuff like that there. I know. Sorry guys, I always bloody cough when I'm doing these videos, and I don't know why, but it's legitimate and it's nothing got to do with perpetrators or whatever. I'm a TI and that's it. I'm a targeted individual. But I definitely was giving out about my family, and I was giving out about them, and I was giving out about them with this and that and the other. They're not bad people, and I'm not a bad person, and I've no ill will or harm or intentions in my head to do anybody any harm out there or create trouble for anybody if I can help it. I will do my utmost not to do this, even though that people, certain people are out there with bad intentions towards me, or to see my downfall or deprivation or downfall or whatever it is. There is people out there working against me at the minute to see my downfall or stuff like that there. And what they're actually doing is what does a cow do? A cow chews the grass, right? And he chews it and he chews it and he swallows it. And then he coughs it back up, and then he chews it and he chews it and he chews it and he swallows it again. And then he coughs it up again and he chews it again. He might do this 3 or 4 times with one mouthful of grass. A cow has 4 stomachs. Why does he cough it back up maybe 3 to 4 times? He coughs it back up 3 or 4 times to get the best, or to try and get the best out of the grass, or the most that he can get out of it. Now that's what these people are doing out there. They're repeating this. If one thing doesn't work, they'll bring up another thing to see will it work. And if that doesn't work, they'll bring up another thing to see will that work. And when that doesn't work, they'll bring up another thing to see will that work. And when that doesn't work, they'll keep repeating, break into your house. When all else fails, they'll break into your house, your flat, which they don't have to break in. All they have to do is get a key cut for your door, and what they do is come in and out whenever they want. But then they'll break in, they'll break the windows, the door, they'll go in and they'll rob your they'll rob all your tools, which I got £1,000 worth of stuff, jump leads, which I had nearly 30 years, which were made out of heavy duty welding cable with heavy duty clamps on them. I have them 30 years, if not longer. If you went to buy them today, you couldn't the price of them. But I had all old time tools there, like tools and stuff gone back 30 years and 40 years. I had them most of my life from the time I was married first. And all they are gone. Strimmer is gone. The jump leads is gone. Pullers is gone. Piston ring clamps is gone. All important tools, all valuable tools, like Brit tool spanners. Stuff like that there, other spanners, that's Tang tools and all these. Like, I went out and bought a spanner the other day. I think it was a 19 spanner or something like that there. It cost me £12 to buy it. That was only one spanner. I had umpteen spanners in that, all different varieties of tools and spanners, which all cost different prices. As you know yourself, if you go out and buy one spanner, you know the price of it. Now, when you get a box full of stuff stole, which probably the whole lot added up together was about £1,000 worth. I don't know where they have went or where they have gone. The Gardaí have known about it. I haven't gone into them to tell them exactly what was stolen or what wasn't stolen. But in my eyes, there was no point, because I can't ever say that I'm going to see them again. They were probably a hole dug and they were probably thrown in a hole. That was it, I'd say. But at the end of the day, it's done and dusted. They're gone. I don't care. It's gone, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? But what's happening, guys, is that in my eyes, what I was doing, I was sitting on a bench down at the park a couple of weeks ago, and there was a family. There was a man and a woman and a child come up, and they were standing along the river, and the woman, the wife, I'm sure it was, or the girlfriend or whatever, come up and asked me would I take a photo on a phone of the three of them together. Of course, me, like a raging bull, got up and says, no, I don't want to have anything to do with you. No, I'm not taking any picture. And then I thought of it, why did I do this? I done the wrong thing. I should have took a phone off her and took a picture of our family together that was happy and having a good day out, and the son and the father and the woman was there, and I might have spoiled their day. I hope I haven't had spoiled their day. But then after that, I said, why? It wasn't costing me anything to take the phone off her and take a picture of the child and the father and the woman together. You know what I'm saying? But there's another. I done the wrong thing there. I should have took a picture, because I didn't know these people from Adam. They've done nothing on me, and I have done nothing on them. So therefore, why did I not take the picture? Because I was probably in a hatred mood about what I'm going through and what people have done to me, and what has people has put in my way and stuff like that there, and what people are doing to negatively impact me by doing all these different things, but there's definitely an awful lot of evil and an awful lot of evil people out there, and definitely out for your downfall, out for your downfall, and stuff like that there. Like I was walking down through in Monaghan there, from Swan Park Surgery down through the alleyway there. People from Monaghan will know it, and there was two elderly gentlemen. If I call them gentlemen, I don't know. And I was walking past them, and I was down a few yards or whatever, and one of them shouted after me, "Go jump off a bridge." In other words, go and do away with yourself, you know. These two certain peoples, or these two elderly gentlemen that was standing there, I never seen them before in my life. I never have had any correspondence with them, but yet they had in their head was to get rid of me, for me to put an idea in my head to go jump off a bridge and kill myself. Why, what have I done on you that you have to say this to me? What have I done on anybody out there? I'm not a saint, I know that, but anything I have done, it could be rectified if I was approached in the right way. And I was approached at the beginning of my stalking in Monaghan by a car pulling across in front of me, and I don't know who was driving the car. I have a fair idea, and I was told to get out of Monaghan, but I wasn't told if I didn't get out of Monaghan to suffer the consequences. But I wasn't listening to that man because he blocked me path, and you know, he was, well, he wasn't, I'm not saying he was aggressive, but he was aggressive, and his tone wasn't even aggressive. He was just saying, what he said was, get out of Monaghan. Which I probably should have done. I don't know why I didn't. I didn't think of the severity of this, or the severity of what was behind this, or anything like that there. If I was probably given, details, or if I was given, I probably would have left Monaghan, I don't know, but I'm actually still living in Monaghan. Well, I'm not in Monaghan at the minute, but I do be up and down to it. But I have worked with people, and I've said this umpteen times, pure gentleman. He was a gentleman, and the wife was an absolute. Not could I ever say a word wrong about these people. And they probably know, if they see these videos or watch these videos, they know who I'm on about. But there was a certain amount of, to say people have two sides, I don't know, but there was two sides to him. Now, not that it was ever brought out of me or anything like that there, but I am not going to hold any grudges against that family there, because they treated me like I don't know what, a lord, like, basically, when I was working for them. But was the nicest man and woman I ever worked for in my life. I can't say a thing about them and their family. But unfortunately, things have changed for them, and I don't think it was for the best. but not that they have done anything on me as such, but there are certain ways of doing things in modern society now. It's all psychological, you know what I'm saying? It's not that you're actually physically harming anybody. It's you're putting thoughts, or you're trying to put bad thoughts in someone else's heads by doing this repetition and timing. Repetition every day, day in, day out, 24/7, 360 days of the year. If that's right. If I got it right, I don't know. But there has been a couple of people have, like that woman yesterday has approached me. I'm not going to discuss or get into it because I don't want everybody knowing about this, which to probably do. I don't know whether to do or not. I'm thinking to do. But what I'd like to say is, if you were about again, I would like to have a chat with you again. But now that I'm looking at things and the way that things are unfolding, I seem to be doing the wrong bloody thing, or wrong actions, or wrong thoughts, or wrong deeds, or wrongdoings I have been doing. But I cannot be blamed the whole time, all of the time. Sometimes I am doing this wrong and sometimes I'm doing it right. But what I'd like to portray at the minute is that woman yesterday, I do believe that she was doing the right thing, and that she was, that set that I put up, I have a bit of a barrier put up against people, which I cannot be blamed for doing this, but you have to put up some sort of a barrier to try and protect yourself against evil and bad doing and wrongdoings and all the rest of it. You have to have a certain stance. You have to say, you stop and I am stopping here. But you are not going to project your evil or negativity onto me. I am not going to accept that. And I'm not going to believe in it, and I'm not going to do it. Now, I have probably gone certain times, certain days, against certain people the wrong way and done the wrong things in certain situations, what I done. But I have gone through an awful lot this last 8 to 10 years, I'd say. But and saying that, these people are indulging in wrongdoings, but it's not physically harming you, but it is mentally harming you, which is even worse, physical. Do you know what I'm saying? You were arrested years ago. You got a few slaps, a kick in the arse, and maybe, you know what I'm saying, a few slaps by the authorities and a kick in the arse, and this fucking carry on, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. We got worse on the football pitch, you know what I'm saying? So why give out about it? You probably were in the wrong at the time, or you were being cheeky, or you were being this, or you were being that. They're not supposed to do this, but unfortunate thing about it, they are doing it. But at the end of the day, we got worse on a football fucking pitch. You know what I'm saying? Sorry for cursing, guys. But I just like to put it out there that I have no ill will against anybody. I have no ill will against any of my family. I love yous all to bits. And I hope yous all do well and prosper. Now, whatever I don't believe that you might portray or try and portray this negativity and this stuff towards me as they're not doing me any physical wrong or whatever it is. But I'd like to say that I have no ill will, bad intentions to do anybody any harm, especially me family or strangers or whatever, to do them any harm or to cause anybody any trouble if I can help it at all. And that's just what I'd like to say today. But I have been giving out about my videos and stuff like that. Not all the time. What I'm trying to portray is what happens to me on a daily basis. If I go down the road here now, if I pull out here, certain person is going to make it there to cross the road, you know. Well, that person is putting themselves in danger of getting knocked down. I am not going out on the road purposely to knock anybody down or to crash into anybody or to cause any accidents. I am not purposely going out there to do this. But when you get people darting across the road and cars pulling out in front of you, what happens? You only do this for a certain amount of time until someone gets hurt. No fault of my own. I try and stick by the speed limits. All my indicators and lights and brake lights and stuff like that is working on the car. My brakes is working. Everything, more or less. I have decent tyres on the car. Stuff like that. I am not going out there to cause an accident or to run anybody down or to cause trouble or to start physically harming anybody. Now, this is just what I'd like to put out there or say at the minute. I am not there to hurt any of my family or any ill will against anybody. If you own a mobile home, if you own a car transporter or a van with accommodation built into it or mobile home type thing, the best of luck to you, buddy, with your van, and the best of luck with the van. I have no ill feelings, which I never had down through my life, against anybody for owning anything. A big house, a mansion, a small castle. If you own it, the best of luck to you. I've always said that. It doesn't matter how you got it. You got big houses. There's umpteen big houses all over Monaghan. Big 2-storied, lovely houses, lovely. If I got a house out on its own with 1 bedroom, it doesn't matter. 1 square room, it has to be, if there was a sink there and a toilet there and a wee bedroom there or whatever, or a place to put your bed there, I would be quite happy with that. I would be quite happy with a small mobile home if it was out in the middle of nowhere. That's what I would prefer, because I'm in a flat and there's people coming and going and this and noise and harassment and argument matches and people talking and this and that. And I was never brought up with this. We were in a family. I was married. When I was married, we had a house on our own. I'm originally from the country, born and bred in the country. And when I am thrown into a complex like this here with flats and stuff like that there, which they have done, this is a big shock, or is a big shock to my system, because I am not used to this. I am not. I'd rather be in a tent in the middle of the field. I might be sooner than I think. You know what I'm saying? This is what people would say, you know. This is what I'm saying to you. I would prefer, well, a bit better than a tent if it was, you know what I'm saying, if it was a small mobile home sitting in the middle of the field. I would be absolutely over the world with the likes of that. It didn't matter. If it was, I've good hands, I can fix things up and stuff like that there. I know I've trained myself down through the years and try and done a bit of mechanics and stuff like that down through the years. I'm not the brilliantest, I'm not the best mechanic. I get by, I can work on my own vehicles and stuff like that there. And if anybody was stuck or whatever, I can help them out as well if I can. Excuse me, guys. But you can understand someone coming from the country and someone that's living on their own in a house on their own, or it was only rented accommodation or whatever. Or I owned it. I didn't own the house. It was there. We were paying a mortgage on it or whatever. But if you can understand my drift, but by throwing intellects of these complexes with these flats and stuff like that, there doesn't suit me. I spent last year, I think it was 3 to 4 months in the car. It was in the middle of the winter as well. It was in January, and I liked it, but I wasn't allowed to do it because the people in the area didn't want to see me. Not that I was causing any trouble or whatsoever. I was only in the middle of a forest. I do believe it was. I forget the name of the bloody place now. Annamecarrick. I spent time out there, but I believe that it was a place you could go and visit and stuff like that, a forest and down. It was down beside the lake, but I think it was privately owned and it was been looked after and stuff like that there. Not that I was causing any destruction or what I'd lifted a little bit of a fire and stuff like that there. We were only doing it for the cod to bone a bit of cardboard and stuff like that there to get rid of some of our rubbish, or maybe if we were eating food or something like that there, and just for something to do because we were having a bad time, or I was having a bad time in the place I was living. And I just got out of it to get a peace of mind. And if anybody else was in the same situation, they would do the exact same as what I done at the time. But I'd like to say I've no ill will against my family. If I had money, I would give more money towards the lads there. There's one of the boys that doesn't have much money, and if I had money I would give it to him, which I did give him a loan of money this week. And look, at hold on to the money or keep it or do. It's probably spent anyhow, it wasn't much or whatever. But if I had more, I'd give it. If I haven't got it, I can't give it. It's simple as that. But I'm not going to fucking follow him for the money and that there. If I had a conversation with him, I think it's a conversation or an ordinary thing. But unfortunate thing about it is he's been told not to do this or answer the phone or don't reply to the text, or don't help. This is not that he's the best of the lad. They're all the best. They're all the best. The whole lot of them. But he's been told by exactly, I have a fair idea about exactly, I have a fair idea who's telling him to do these things, but it's not himself that's doing this. It's not himself. But all he can do is do his best. Like me, I'm trying to do my best under severe circumstances, under fierce pressure. I don't know how I'm not locked up or mentally fucking in a mental hospital or down with depression or down with thing. But I was just saying to that woman there yesterday, I think that there is somebody out there with me, looking after me, or trying to keep me out of the real bad trouble. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a certain amount of trouble, but I don't think it's that serious. But that's it, guys. The best of luck to everybody out there, and hope yous are doing well, and TAs, all the public and people that's out there, I hope yous are all keeping well, the best of health and everything. And to these people that's suffering, I hope yous get better. And with people that has no money, I hope yous get some money. And people that is in bad circumstances and in bad situations, I hope to get better for you. And with my family as well, or whatever, if you're going through hard times, I hope it gets better for you, or whatever it is. But I'd like to say to you, do not go out there and do evil things and bad things to other people. If you can help it, you have a mind, use your own, use it or whatever. But that's all I can say, guys. Peace out. I love you all. Have a good day. And is Star Trek, Mr. Spock, live long and prosper. Thanks for watching, guys.